Good morning. Welcome to December 17th, 2024, the day of our Lord. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day in Synth land. It's a balmy, kind of humid winter's day, man. It's only 52 degrees in New England. For all you New Englands out there in your car in the morning, driving to work to make those synth bucks, to pick up a synthesizer for you, your family member, a friend, or whoever you want, man. But listen, it's Christmas coming up and we got lots of surprises. I got some breaking news today. You know, we're covering the Supercritical REDSHIFT 6, which I think is probably one of the coolest analog synthesizers to come out in a long time. And then we just got breaking news this morning. Behringer is coming out with the Behringer LM Drum. You can pre-order it right now. You might even get it under your tree for Christmas. Can you believe it? Man, who's here this morning? Mutton Wolf, Eternian, George G's. What's happening? What's up, Seth? DJ Doggy Dad. Everyone's up the Albanian Syndicate. Echo Craft's probably up too, but he's probably cleaning up some little puppet poo. But he'll be here, I'm sure. Machines One, Hans Volt, all the legends out there. Uncle Jerry's World. Yeah, so I figured we'd get into the show this morning. There's no point to waste any time. You know, we got the synth poppy look going this morning. Give you a little fashion update for the day. We're doing a little synth poppy, a little synth session. We got the Synth Samurai synthesizer Panopticon. If you know what a Panopticon is, you know what it is. We got that synth session, synth poppy, synth drip going as well. We got the blue blockers with the red light therapy, and of course, we got this hat, which I don't know what it's called, but my brother gave it to me, I do believe. My brother gave me this and that. This is a shirt from my dad. My mom said, I saw you wearing that shirt in a video the other day. She was like, I gave that to your father in the 70s. I was like, yes, you did. And my brother dropped it off and she's like, gorgeous, looks amazing. And it is amazing. And everything's amazing because it's almost Christmas, baby. And if you don't like Christmas, there's something wrong with you. That's all I'm saying. Man, I'm down in New England. It's beautiful today, man. It was pouring rain. Now it's kind of more humid than you actually think. But yeah, let's bust over to some news, man, and get to see what we got going on real quick. All right, so let's hit the breaking news. Then we'll get into the REDSHIFT Supercritical REDSHIFT 6, which is a cool name. What's up, NHBK? Look at this, man. Right in time for Christmas. Behringer releases the LM Drum clone. Roger Lynn's legendary Lynn drum, baby, and it's here. You can pick it up. I believe you can get it at Anderton's right now. Let me check. Anderton's LM Drum, and we got it coming up here. Behringer drum machines, Anderton's. If we go over here and we go newest, recently added, look what we got, baby. We got the Behringer Lynn drum for $369. That's anywhere between $399 and $450 Americana. Okay, that's where you can pick this beautiful little thing up for. I just did a quick breaking news video on it on that synth show. 80s iconic drum. Look what they packed in it for you, though. I don't know if anyone was expecting this. 109 authentic drum sounds, LM1, LM2, LM9000, and then they threw in a load more iconic 80s drums. Probably through their RD, probably through the RD8, the RD9. They probably threw everything at this bad boy. I don't know, but man, for that price, you pick up the Behringer Wave and pick up the beautiful, beautiful LM drum. Come on, man. Can you go wrong for that? I'm telling you. Yeah, I think it's either going to be $399 or it's going to be $450. That's what I'm saying. Anywhere in between, because I got it wrong with the Behringer Wave. I thought the Behringer Wave was coming in at, I thought that was coming in at $899, $799. They brought that in for $599. So I know that they have all this shipped out. So people might be getting the Lynn drum before Christmas, and they got more stock arriving right here. If you look. More stock due February 28th. That means they already got stock. So if we want to translate British English, more stock due, that means they already got stock. That means whoever got the pre-order in, if you're going to go get it in right now, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Some of you maniacs might go buy this right now. Here, look. Go pick it up. Treat yourself. Merry Christmas from Santa Uli Claus. Yeah. Oh, Behringer Wave plus a Linn drum? You want to talk a vibe? That's a friggin' vibe. Anyways, there's the link. Go buy it. You might get it before Christmas. Yeah, what's up, Hayes Anderson? All right, man, let's get over to what we came for. We want to check out the REDSHIFT. So, I saw this yesterday. Supercritical REDSHIFT 6 desktop Demon Core. I don't like anything with the name Demon in it, but this here sounds great. MPE analog poly synth. Looking good, looking beautiful. First released at NAMM 2024. And, you know, a lot of people thought it looked a little bit toyish and stuff like that, but man, I'll tell you what, this thing is out of control, not toyish. We're going to check out a bunch of videos on it. 6-voice analog polyphonic synthesizer, digitally controlled Demon Core oscillator per voice, 8-pole neutron flux filter. It's based off their modular developments. Up to 6-part multi-timbral, bypassable DSP effects engine, MIDI via USB, obviously DIN in and out, MPE enabled, 6-user assignable macro controls. I got the video of Kibu loaded up. We're going to check him playing on it. Listen, whenever you get Kibu demonstrating something, you know it's going to be legit. And we got a bunch of videos, so let's just get going. I got the Supercritical site loaded up. I always like to take a look at the website to see if, you know, they're pulling their weight when it comes to panache, and they look like they are. It looks gorgeous. Let's just do a quick scan through, see what this thing looks like. Perfect desktop synth, man. I like the desktop synths. All of us got MIDI controllers. A bunch of us got polyphonic aftertouch enabled synthesizers now, so coming out with these MPE enabled desktop versions is absolutely fantastic. Drinking a coffee this morning, a medium roast from Azerbaijan. And that tastes good, let me tell you that right now. Okay, so we'll just check out the intro video first. You guys all want the Behringer news. You came for the Behringer. I know I almost canceled the show and just went straight Behringer today. I was like, damn, should I go straight Behringer? But I know that I'm monitoring it. I know that Patchdog's doing the series drops. So he does the part one, part two, part three. This morning I got up, I covered part one. When I get home tonight, maybe part 2 and 3 are out. We'll do an episode on that. But let's check out the intro video and then we'll go through this. Behringer all day, I know. New Hampshire Coffee Company. Actually, that's what I think this might be. No, this ain't New Hampshire Coffee Company. This is a different one. I should bring the bag up and show it. Yeah, Nick House, I feel you, man. For $10.79 British pounds, or in American, I think I got it pulled up here, in American, $1,100. But it's I'm telling you, after I cover this in a minute, you might change your mind because this is a pretty friggin' awesome synthesizer. Super powerful. Smoke a mirror demo time. Who said DJ Doggy Dad? Yeah. Might not be. Yeah, variable character, very shifty dude. All right, so that's the intro video, and then they did like a little 6-part series here. We got the Kibu video loaded up. Maybe we'll do the Kibu demo first, and then we'll cover the origins, so we can get all fired up. Because we got to get fired up for the video and this synthesizer. It's hard to get fired up when you got Behringer rocking and rolling today, isn't it? Don't you think? So this is from Kibu. Let's check out his little demo. Tell me if you think this is this sounds amazing or not. always got to keep in mind, look right here, preset, super poly, edited with external EQ, delay, and reverb. So, as per usual, we're not getting the pure sound, but sounds pretty cool to me. It's pretty friggin' big, actually. Hayes Anderson says, it's a synth. It's going to make all the sounds you could ever want. Yeah, definitely going to make all the sounds you could ever want. But I guess it depends on what kind of sound you want, man. I guess if you think that way, you could just go out and buy a, you could buy a friggin' Behringer Model D and be happy for the rest of your life. It is a bit pricey. I mean, this, like, if you want to talk about interfaces, this REDSHIFT 6 has a pretty breathtaking interface, actually. Beautiful screen, a lot of ability to manipulate this bad boy right off the touch. It's got a little bit of Waldorfy quantum kind of look to it, a little Iridium style mini screen. It is a bit much though. I mean, but you're talking to a guy here who's thinking about spending $1,100 on something called a steam pipe. So, you know me, all gas, no brakes, baby. Don't you dare ever say VST around here. Yeah. So you get the idea. Let's fast forward a little bit, see if we get anything else. Preset, pluck pad, external EQ, delay, and reverb. All right, so let's go over. So you get the idea. That's from Kibu. That's a lot of external. But one cool thing that this company did, Supercritical, is they gave you like almost like an origin story. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they got 6. I don't know how much time we got, but we'll check out a little bit of each one just so we can see from the beginning how it was developed and through the process as they went on to today, where you can go buy it right over here for a cool $1,100. All right, and if you want a closer look at it, you know, you got that red sweetness on the side. You know, it's a desktop synthesizer, but it's more powerful than you think, man. I don't know, you got a lot of hating on this. It's nice, but not for me. Yeah, let's just check it out. This is the origin story. Where is origin story 1?
Today we'll be checking out the prototype 1. That's 5 different physical units, serial numbers 1 to 5, and the first iteration in the development of the REDSHIFT 6. We'll be telling you a little about how these prototypes came about, what's in them, and what's the development process behind these, and what's our horizon for.
It's an amazing synthesizer. I don't know, man. You guys are hating on it. That's because you guys are all sprung on Behringer this morning. You guys are all sprung on that Behringer news. You can't get your mind right. You can't think of anything else but that Lindrum and that Behringer wave. You know, I mean, this is a great synthesizer. You know, it's very, very, very powerful. It's It's a very powerful synthesizer, man. Let's just give it a chance. Okay, how about this? Let's take a second. Let all your Behringer lust subside for a minute. The LM Drum is here. I know you've all pre-ordered it. I know you pre-ordered the Behringer Wave. I know you've got a deep mind in your studio, but let it all go for a minute. We're concentrating on the Supercritical REDSHIFT 6, an absolutely gorgeous synthesizer, a super powerful 6-voice analog, 6-part multi-timbral, MPE enabled up the wazoo. This thing is amazing. Get some gas, Hayes. You need some gas. It's Christmas time, baby.
Moving to the next prototype and so on.
I'm losing weight and feeling confident thanks to hers. I got prescribed compounded GLP-1 injections, which have the same active.
So these prototypes are basically built to prove the concept for the actual voice itself. So as far as the hardware and mechanicals go, they're built from off-the-shelf components, and hence they look quite, should we say, rough. But basically inside the signal path and kind of the functionality as a synthesizer is really relatively close to complete. There's just a few modifications we'll be doing, but the UI and the overall, let's say...
Just a little glimpse behind the curtain, man, showing you how this beautiful thing is made. It's a 6-voice analog DCO. Nothing new, it's overpriced for what it is. Yeah, but, you know, overpriced, $1,000 these days is fair.
The experience of the product is still under development, and that will be one of our main goals for the next prototypes. So the first sound out of the device we got already in January 2023, very quickly after having physically assembled the first prototype. But then a lot of development work went into making the voice controllable and doing all the usual synthy stuff, receiving MIDI and controlling envelopes and...
Cool.
We take pride in that every sound you hear in the demos is made with the REDSHIFT 6. Of course, there's minimal amounts of reverb and other normal plugins you'd use to glue a track together.
I will tell you this. Hold on now. Hold on. Let me check, because sometimes this is a deal breaker for me. Let's check the specs. I don't think it's got any built-in effects. No built-in effects, various voice modes, 6 voice polyphonic, poly dual layer, 3+3, 6 mono voices, paraphonic mode, up to 16 notes per voice. 4 pole state variable filter. Yeah, no effects. I only like no effects when they're on an old school CD from the friggin' 90s, man. That's the only time I like no effects. So I don't know that. Let me see. That's the first intro one. So let's check out episode 2, engine swap. Let's see what they're saying.
Hi, this is Timo from Supercritical. Welcome to the second episode of our YouTube series about the REDSHIFT 6. In this episode, we'll go into some of the features and concepts.
Yeah, so in the Kibu demo, he has it going through effects. Everything you're here, we need to hear this thing dry. Let's check this out.
In the REDSHIFT 6 and its current prototype. Basically, just keep in mind that we're not promising that all of these features will be as they are now in this episode, but probably some...
Yeah, let's go.
So, the name of the synthesizer, or like the subtitle, is...
All right, there we go. Look.
So, the name of...
Effects on and off. So, I need to find a spec sheet. Can one of you guys look up the spec sheet on this while I'm playing this video and just throw what effects comes built into this thing, if you don't mind?
The synthesizer, or like the subtitle, is a variable character synthesizer. So, this is the idea that we kind of introduced in a very limited form with a neutron flux filter, where we're changing the behavior of the internal signal path of the filter to get various kinds of characters, and then in the end we can bring some very different filter modes and stuff. So we're expanding this in the REDSHIFT 6 by basically making the character control more or less all of those subtle differences in the voice that are usually the kind of things you look for by getting another synthesizer that has...
All right, Hayes, will you do me a favor, Hayes? You got your finger on the pulse, man. Will you look up and check, see what effects come built into this Supercritical? A lot of people don't like built-in effects, but I do. A lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but I'd like to know.
It's a different character, so we're trying to get you to give you the chance to move around in the character. So, of course, that means that we need to be able to develop the characters. So there's a character editor in the current synthesizer UI, supported by actually what is the original editor for the neutron flux filter, which allows us to adjust the filter response, then things like how much detuning we have between the voices, what are the features of like the various details of the detuning, envelope variations between various voices, exact envelope shapes, and so on and so on. And of course, one of the important parts is the gain staging, so how hard we drive various parts of the signal chain, which of course then has a big effect on the sound much before we actually get to anything that's...
I got it from good word, man, that this thing sounds absolutely out of control. All right, so let's check out episode 3 here. REDSHIFT assembly. Cool. Short one. You want to ask about the onboard sequencer? Let's see. Let's go to their site and see what they got here. Classic vintage synthesizer. In addition to oscillation filters, REDSHIFT 6 is spectrum modulation, plenty of modulators, flexible voice writing, multiple timbre, blah, 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 blah. Let's get down to some more specs here. Oscillator already road tested in the Demon Core Oscillator Euro Rack modules. Features each of 6 voices. Oscillator has multiple tricks up its sleeve, each one wrapped as an engine for the user to choose between. Traditional twin oscillator engines, super soft, flanging phase engines, transistor organ engines, blah, blah, blah. Form factor, obviously desktop. What else we got? Let's see. All right, 6 voices. What else? The gain staging is a big one. I'm not seeing nothing about effects. And sequencer, what's it saying about the sequencer? I mean, they got to be able to, they got to say something about it here soon. Maybe Synth Anatomy's got something. Let's see if they got something. 8-pole, Supercritical. Not much friggin' info. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about sequencer or effects, so I'm looking here for you. 6-voice multi-timbral. I mean, I'm not seeing anything. It was wasting my time. I hopefully it'll tell us in the video here any friggin' second now. Wait, episode 3.
Hi there, it's been a thriller week. There's been some fun times with logistics, but the parcels are finally here, and now we proudly present you with the final physical form of the REDSHIFT 6 synthesizer. Let's build one unit for a certain event this
Hans Volt, what's your opinion on the REDSHIFT 6?
week.
Listen, this is how I describe effects. If I go to a restaurant and they bring me out a beautiful porterhouse steak, a huge T-bone, a big tomahawk steak, that's what I'm paying for. But then I look at the dude and I'm like, bro, you got any ketchup? And he's like, one moment, sir. Goes into the back, brings me out a bottle of organic, freshly pressed, house-made ketchup. That's what effects in a synthesizer are for me. They're the ketchup with the steak, all right? To be honest with you, they should have made it cream color. I like it, but they should have made it cream color. Cream would have been a better color. Let's move to episode 4. What do we got? Drone Day. No PDF out yet? Drone. We're not gonna listen to a 15-minute drone. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. No sequencer, no onboard effects. That would be a deal breaker. For me personally, a lot of people don't like onboard effects. That's fine. I do, because I don't use a friggin' DAW and I don't use plugins. I don't use VSTs. So I would have to run this through my guitar pedals. It'd be nice if I could just have some just friggin' throw a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay, put a little chorus in there for me, maybe a little bit crusher, a little bit of distortion, a little flange. Little phaser. How much? 1100 bucks. That's how much. I mean, it sounds awesome. It sounds good. It's got a friggin' effects button right there. I mean, this, I gotta go back here. I'm sorry. This got to have effects in it. It's got an effects button right on the friggin' hood. Where is the manual? Get it, get it, get it. Tolman, Perfect Circuit. Maybe they got some details on it. Let's check out Perfect Circuit. Ah, Perfect Circuit in America, $13.50. Ugh, that's expensive. Let's see if they say anything. I'm seeing nothing. They got an effects button on it. I'm not seeing anything about effects. And no sequencer too. Could be a big miss, fellas. I don't know. Could be a big miss. Well, let's check out episode 5, Nisha Wusha blah blah blah.
And there's already the right kind of tag on top of the pope.
Yeah, it's analog, 6 voices analog, 6-part multi-timbral. It's got the Demon Core oscillator per voice. It's pretty amazing synthesizer. It sounds huge. It sounds fat. It's looks like super simple to use. Great user interface. A couple down points people are mentioning. No built-in effects and no sequencer. As far as I know, I haven't seen anything about a sequencer yet. What do we got? Ooh. Manta Ray. Wait a minute. I might buy this. Hold on. Sweet. I'll check that out later. I got it on good words. Somebody wrote me, I know you might not like the looks of this thing. I know there's a couple features that are kind of turning you off. Like there's this effects button. I need to know more about what this effects button does here. I'm not finding any detail on it. But I got on good word that this thing absolutely sounds amazing. So it might not be sticking out to you now, but I've heard that in the flesh, this thing sounds pretty friggin' awesome. But when you got a Behringer Wave for $599, you can pick up a Behringer Wave and an LM Drum clone for cheaper than this. It's a hard sell. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, let's break it down. Let me jump to the spaceship for a second and put on the music. Let's talk for a minute. Let's break it down. All right. The Supercritical REDSHIFT 6. What's sticking out for you guys? What do you like? What do you don't like? For me personally, this is just my personal opinion. Aesthetically, it's doing nothing for me. I would love to see it in white rather, or a cream than that black color. The aesthetically, not exciting me. Interface wise, I like it. I think it's got a great user interface. I like the screen. I like the layout. I think it'd be very simple to use, and simple is subjective, but I think it's got a great user interface. It looks like an easy use. I think it sounds huge. I think the sound is going to surprise a lot of people. No sequencer, it seems like. Effects buttons there, but I'm not seeing anything in the specs about effects, what effects it has. Surely it must have some reverb and delay. Why wouldn't they put a little bit of that in there? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat saying that nothing's standing out. $1,100. It's kind of got to wow you a bit for $1,100. Nothing's standing out quite yet. There's a button. Let's check it. Let me go back here and see if we can zoom in on this thing. Hold on. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Let's see what's on the actual friggin' interface. Let's go. All right. We zoom in more. We got stack, detune, and morph up here. We got character and drive over here. Cutoff resonance, envelope amount mode. Then we got DCO, VCF, amp, mod matrix. Obviously, these all bring you through the screen. I think it's a beautiful interface. Not a huge fan of the color, but beautiful interface. Someone just said, hold on. It definitely has built-in effects. All right. Effects, macro, part clock. So we need to check out what the effects are. I don't know why it doesn't say that clearly anywhere. Yeah, go get yourself a Model D for Christmas. Can't go wrong with a Model D from Behringer for Christmas. It's got to say something here. It's weird they're not adding any of that in there. That's so strange. Very, very friggin' strange. Drop us a line. Quick start manual. Let's see what we got here. Turn it on and off. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Effects. Global controls, global grid, macro buttons assigned global macros for the soft knobs. Effects button set main output DSP effects. Supercritical. Scan this QR code, see if it brings you to a manual. Okay. Quick start guide. We need the manual. We need the manual. Let me jump back to my yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Supercritical. $1,100. That's coming in. That's in like heavy duty territory. But I mean, dude, when you got this dropping today, you know what I'm saying? When you got the Behringer LM Drum dropping today for 369 pounds, that's $399 American to $450. I mean, it's hard to get excited about an $1,100 synthesizer when Behringer's putting out absolute gold. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say this is a boutique company. It's the first synthesizer, this, that, and the other. And guess what? I'm actually telling you guys, me and you, I'm arguing with the chat here. I'm saying that I got word that this thing is very, very impressive synthesizer. Although aesthetically not super pleasing, it's got, I mean, it's, look what it's got, man. Just right off the drop. 6 voice analog, 1 DCO per voice from the Demon Core oscillator module with voice MIDI such as twin oscillator, super soft flange, phasing sync, transition organs, got 4-pace stereo filter, neutron flux filter module, 3 envelopes and 4 LFOs, got arpeggiator, well bam, and sequencer. There we go, questions answered. Effects sections for main output, boom. Second question answered, we just want to know what they are. MPE support, various modes, 6 voice polyphonic and 6-part multi-timbral. So listen, it's a good synthesizer. $1,100. If you're flush with cash, why not go give it a shot? You know what I mean? Why not go give it a shot? If you got 1,100 bucks, go give it a shot. If you got 400 bucks, go pre-order this now. You probably get it by Christmas. UK, 7 days. What do we got till Christmas 17th? You get this on Christmas Eve, baby. You order it right now, maybe. You actually, you know what? They dropped this today, so people are gonna get this under their tree for Christmas. I can't believe I didn't even see that. 7 days a week, most orders. If you order this, you might get it by Christmas in the UK. Not in America, but in the UK. And then they got more coming in February. So that's it, man. Supercritical, REDSHIFT 6. Great sounding synthesizer. Aesthetically, it's not doing it for me. I don't really like the look of it. I love the user interface, and it's hard to tell from the sounds, but I think it does sound very, very good. And I think once people start getting this in their hands and doing some demos with it, it's going to impress people a lot more than you think. But again, 1,100 bucks, 1,200, 1,300 bucks at Perfect Circuit, was it? How much was it at Perfect Circuit? At Perfect Circuit, it was $1,350. You know what I mean? That's a hefty price. I'm not buying it for $1,350. No way. I can't even give it a second look for $1,350, but I do think it is a pretty cool and pretty awesome synthesizer, but that's very expensive. And you know, I'm putting my money for other things right now. So that's the show for today. I gotta roll. I gotta go to work. We're waiting for Behringer to drop their. Let's just check now. They might have a new video out right now. Hold on. Let's check it out. See if they got a new video dropped. Let's check it out before I go, just to see. I don't think they do, but they might. Part 1, videos. Yeah, so we just got the first video dropped so far today. Let's play it. Screw it.
Gearball has been such a hit with you guys. I got over 2 million views. I thank you. I think 6,000 subscribers from this one post, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So this model is not mine. This is from a guy named Ruben Balls. If you look in the description of the original video that I posted, you can actually link to his profile from the @ tag in the original
That is cool, man.
You know, there's just something incredibly inspiring about those magical sounds from a golden era of music. An era that dreamt of the future, not knowing it was creating the timeless echoes of an iconic past. And here we are, 40 years on, where walls of exclusivity crumble to pieces, and the sounds that made history are within anyone's grasp. Introduce.
Let me tell you something, Nick House. Let me tell you something, Nick House. The United States of America is not going to have to deal with any friggin' problems. The United States of America is going to show the world what you actually do to run a country properly, to prosper. We're going into the golden age in America, buddy. Everything in America is going to be cheaper than anywhere else on the planet. That's what's going to happen in America. This fear factor about tariffs and all this baloney, man, you just watch and see. You watch and see the golden era of the United States of America and how a country is supposed to be run, how it's supposed to be prosperous. You just watch what happens, baby. It's gonna blow your mind. Don't be worried about no tariffs and all that nonsense everyone's talking about. It's called negotiation. It's called using leverage. That's what it is. We are gonna be the shining star on the hill once again, baby. Let's finish this up.
A rebirth.
Hey, Nick House, baby, I love you, but I love the United States of America too, my brother.
Of a legend.
It's all the rest of the world that needs to worry about high prices, not us. Now this gets me excited, baby. This gets me fired up. I am right. I am right, Nick House. 100% guaranteed. Mark it down now. Clip this video, throw it in on a USB stick, and I'm going to tell you right now, buckle up, baby, because we're headed into the future. We're about 1,000 years behind human evolution due to being suppressed by a bunch of creepazoids living in, fancy high, man in the high castles, you might want to say. And we've been suppressed, and we're about to unleash it on the whole universe right now. You watch, baby. Operation Warp Speed is not about anything other than bringing humanity to where it's supposed to be. So buckle up, baby, because the future is coming at you full blast.
So the Behringer saga of
Yeah, you want to get the UK sorted out, get rid of the monarchy. How about that? You want to get the UK figured out, stop worshiping a king and a queen. That's what you got to do. Get the friggin' monarchy out of the UK. Then you'll start having some progress, real progress.
Imagining the world's most classic drum machines and bringing them into the long-awaited realms of affordability continues with our most ambitious drum machine project to date. Introduced.
Yeah, EU, you're run by a bunch of unelected bureaucrats in the European Union. That was the biggest mistake.
The highly
All right, this ain't political. We're talking about Behringer. What are you trying to suck me into here?
anticipated LM Drum. An irresistibly vintage-style 8 to 12-bit sampling drum machine that channels the nostalgic character of 1980s EEPROM-based classics and merging it with the power and convenience of modern-day sampling technology. And the story of how it came about really
Yeah, UBXA desktop and a wave for less than a redshift. That's true.
begins in
All right, it's beautiful. I got to get back to work. You guys are amazing. Thanks for joining me this morning. Supercritical Redshift 6. Great looking, not a great looking, great user interface. I don't like the look of it. Apparently it sounds huge and awesome. More details to come. We want to get a hold of that user manual. But listen, go pick up a Behringer friggin' LM drum. Pre-order it now. Get it with your Behringer Wave. You pick both of them up for like $1,000. Boom. Now you're laughing. Merry Christmas from Uli Behringer right to you. That's that synth show. See ya later, Gator.